Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the greatest podcast show, whatever you want to call it, on planet Earth. It's the Uncovered Podcast with Nick and Femi. How you going?
Hey man, I'm chilling.
Yeah, my name's Femi.
I'm Nick.
And we're here with a very special guest. You all know him. You all love him. He's the multi-world champion. Almost, 43-1. We've also got the Hall of Famer, Boxing Hall of Famer, voted the greatest middleweight of all time.
By who?
By me.
I'm just going to put you on the spot there. Make you start sweating.
This is, and also, but aside from all those accolades, one of the humblest and realest guys who I've ever met and had the pleasure to know, Mr. Nigel Benn. How you going, my man?
I'm good, sir. How are you for me?
I'm very well. I'm very well. I'm honoured to be here, man, honestly.
Legit.
Like, it's not every day you get to be in the presence of royalty. Huh?
Yeah. I'm just one of the boys. Don't call me royalty. I'm not like Prince Harry, all right? Prince Harry.
He's
going through some things at the moment.
But look, this chat is super chill, like we were saying, man. It's just to be able to talk about the reality of what it's like to be at such a high level and what it takes to get there, the mental health implications, all those type of things. And because we have an understanding and we have a little bit of a surface layer idea of what you've been through. But I feel like the world doesn't know exactly what it means to be Nigel Benn.
Yeah, do you know what it is? It started way back with me, how my life has changed from a young age, at 8 years old, when my eldest brother was killed. That really affected me. He was killed by racists back in 1972. I was like 8 years old, and he was like my hero. And the only way I kind of describe it is like when Simba lost Mufasa. He went around in the wilderness. He just kind of just lost the plot. And that was what I was like when I lost my hero. It's like the best thing in my life, my brother was. I was so close to him. And then when he went, my life just changed. From 8 years old, I started smoking cigarettes, just doing all wrong things. It was something like in my heart was severed. I just wasn't the same person from a young age like that. So that actually carried me all through my adult life. So it was something that from a young age that really affected me, played a big part in my life.
Did you ever think, were you ever thinking about what that actually was? Like, obviously you lost your brother and you were looking for that kind of something. Did you ever find out what was it? Like, was it
I don't even think it was looking for something. I was just lost. I was just lost at that present moment. But I could get to the point where I found what I was looking for. But that was when I was 45. But all through there, it was just like, I thought, what's life all about? At a young age, it was just like, I was just living this just reckless life. I just grew up much quicker than guys my age. Like when I was like 12 years old, I was out partying till like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I was just out. Then at 17, I joined the army, spent 4 years, 256 days in the army. And from there, my life just changed once I joined the army. Life changed, but it was still hectic. And then I left the army. Spent 18 months in Northern Ireland, 3 years in Germany. Yeah.
That's interesting. What made you decide to join the army? Was that kind of like an escape, or?
No, it was my brother John was in the army, and because I needed something, because otherwise I was just going the wrong way. I was just like really. I just grew up. When I was 12, I was going out with guys that were like 19, 20. So then I used to go out shoplifting in Woolworth. Woolworth, that was back in the day, way back in the 70s, and shoplifting. And I thought always fighting shoplifting, and and I made everybody in school bring me 50 pence. 50 pence, that's like 50 cents. On my birthday, the whole school. And they called the police on me, man. Some crazy things. It's just like I was more mature. I wasn't like a 12-year-old, like an 18-year-old.
I'm just trying to make it bread.
Yeah, so it was all the kind of little things. I thought, wow, I just grew up quick, and I thought, wow. And that's when I joined the army, you know, things really started changing. I had that discipline.
Yeah. I've always found that interesting because usually when you go into the army, like the resilience and the mindset that's required to be in the army, once you finished from there, was life like completely different? Like were you still...
No, because it was like, because I started boxing in the army.
Oh, right.
That's where it all started for me. And you had that determination, the will to win and everything. But I come out and then I was like, I can get any security job that I wanted. And sometimes I used to like have to guard a hospital. They was just building a hospital, and this is how my mind was thinking. You used to have checkpoints all around the base, the perimeter, and you have to go and click it in, walk around, and take you like about, I don't know, 40 minutes and all that, walking in to go and clock all the points in. And I thought, I can't keep doing this, man. So what I done is, I cut off all the points, put them all down on the table, point 1, point 2, just watching TV while I was in the office, then point 3, point 4, and then I've realised, I was like, oh no! I've just clocked them all in, but it's like a mile.
Yeah.
And it's only taken me 10 seconds. Anyway, they gave me my P45 and sent me on my way. And then I said, well, we're really bad at boxing. I said, no, you know what? I see what I can do. So I started boxing. And
here we are.
Knocking heads. Knocking heads.
That was it. It was just so fun because I came out of the army because I could get any security job I wanted because I left with an exemplary record. Only because I was a sportsman in the army, they treat you like royalty. If you're good at sport and you're fighting for the battalion, they just look after you. Well, not just in boxing, but any other sport.
Yeah.
Might be firing guns or playing hockey or whatever, rugby, whatever. If you're good in your sport, they take good care of you.
I wanted to ask you, right, because you obviously started properly boxing in the army, but you know you're probably boxing heads a long time before that, right?
No, I had 7 brothers, no girls.
Oh,
we were boys and that, and we was fighting.
Yeah.
At that time it was Bruce Lee who was our man.
I bet you were doing kickboxing before, was that right?
That's where it started. If you put in Nigel Benn kickboxing 1976, you'll see me fighting these big men. I was like, little boy. I was like 13, 14.
Oh, wow.
And the men that were fighting, they were like, big men. And I'm still dropping them. So you put in there Nigel Benn kickboxing 1976 and you'll see me. I was like a young boy.
Yeah. I want to see that. I couldn't imagine you kickboxing after seeing your videos of you knocking heads.
No, that's where it all started for me. Martial arts is where it started. Way before boxing. Way before boxing. I love martial arts, man. That's where it started.
That's really interesting. Because for me, look, with boxing, right, it's been seen as a very aggressive sport, right? Because obviously, to an extent that it is, but it's a very scientific sport.
Yeah, some fighters are scientific, like Mayweather and all that.
Some are just broad.
I want to get in there. Beat around the bush. I want to get in there and have a fight. I get paid for overtime in boxing. If I can knock a man out, that's it.
So I wanted to ask, right, because the only reason why, because obviously we met at the gym.
Yeah.
So I wanted to, because when I got into boxing, it's because I was very aggressive. I had a lot of anger, and I had a lot of kind of like, I didn't know why I was so angry. So I wanted to see, did you ever relate to that in terms of living a life of being really, really angry and using boxing as an excuse to express that anger or to...
No, I think, you know what it was? I was angry anyway, like I said, because my brother was taken away from me. So I had that anger. I didn't need to have that. I had that aggression already in me. It's just that I just want to be number one.
Right.
Because I think the army taught me that. I remember the Sergeant Major saying to me, I came in second in the race, and he really gave it. I came in the relay, I came in second, and I was happy. And he really swore at me, and he said to me, be number one, second to no one. And I remember that even when I fought Joe McClellan. I said that straight after the fight. I'm number one, second to no one. And that was because the army that put that mindset in me, that to be number one. And I think the aggression was already in me. It was already in me. But, you know, some people knew the aggression differently. I just, you know, once I was fit, I just wanted to have a war with somebody.
Yeah. So with that fight with Joe, like that was arguably one of the most iconic fights in history, right? So obviously that would have had a massive effect on you coming up even afterwards.
No.
No effect at all? Not at all?
No.
Do you want to talk to me about that? Like,
No, because what you got to understand is we're both over 21.
Yeah.
And it could have been him, it could have been me. But if you watch the fight, everybody had me to be knocked out between round 1 to round 3. Nobody had me to win. I was meant to fight a guy called Michael Nunn. Michael Nunn was a great fighter. But Don King said, look, fight Michael Nunn, but take 100 grand off, as he told my manager. I said, I ain't taking 100 grand off. He said, if you don't, we're going to bring in Mini Mike Tyson. That was his exact words to my agent. I said, yeah, bring him on. I don't fear no man. Do not fear no man. So we brought him on, but that was his fault because he was knocking everybody out. Joe McClellan knocking everybody out, but he moved from light middle to middle and into super middleweight. It takes time to adapt to the weight. It takes you about at least 6 to 8 months to adapt. But he went straight up to super middleweight, and the first person he fighting at super middleweight is me. Regardless about what he is, I know what I can do. Yeah. You know, because he's fought a lot of people. He hit them and they lie down and that's it. Not me. He hit me. I'm going to get up. Yeah. And it's the second round. I mean, knocked me through the ropes the first round, and it was like I didn't even realise I was knocked out of the ring. And then my trainer said to me, if you watch it when I went back into the second round, he said, look at the state that you got him in. Look at the state that you got him in. But I was all bashed up. But because he said that, look at the state that you got him in, you know, it changed my mindset. Because something happened in the second round, something in the subconscious, I don't know what happened. Yeah. But because he said something to me, my whole mindset, because if he said to me, you're getting battered in there, you're really getting hurt, my morale's going to be, oh, you're going to lose that heart. But because he said that, my whole attitude's like, ring the bell, and you watch the second round, I'm chasing him around. Because something in my subconscious, I don't know what's gone on. But my whole mindset's changed. Even when I threw him in the round 8, threw a punch and I slipped, and I went, and he kind of half caught me and I went down. But then when I got up, he just put me down. I gave him an uppercut, right hand, left hook. Let him know when you come out for round 9, you got this. So I was building myself up. He wasn't building himself up. You know? I just knew I had him. I wasn't going to lose. I was willing to, I wouldn't have put my life on the line.
100%. And if you guys don't know about that fight, just Google it and it will be absolutely, it will all make sense.
Well, have you knocked anyone out and they suffered like serious like medical issues or like gone like complete? Yeah. Was that fight?
That's the whole fight.
That's the whole fight? Whoa. Hold on. No.
Where you been, man?
You know what he wanted to do? I didn't know that was the fight you were talking about. Now it makes sense. You know what Femi wanted to do?
The show is now called Uncovered with Femi.
You know what Femi wanted to do?
Listen, let me explain. We both at the fight. Let me explain. I came out with a damaged nose, damaged jaw, urinating blood for 3 days in a shadow on my brain. He came out 8% deaf in a wheelchair and paralysed.
Oh, shit.
Right. So that's
the back.
And you wanted him to punch me.
Yeah.
You would.
What we're going to do when we start off, I thought that what you should do is test your, if you still got it. So I was going to get you to punch Nick in the arm as hard as you can and see if he can survive the punch.
No, he might sue me. He might end up owning this house.
That was the plan.
That was the plan. The way I'm looking around here, I'm like, oh, hold this camera.
I don't need an arm. I don't need this arm.
Well, that's crazy.
That's funny.
So there was no guilt or anything at all. Like when you see that guy, you see the result of him, he's like, no guilt.
Right. No, there was no guilt whatsoever. No guilt whatsoever, because I think, it wasn't intentional, but we're both over 25, and it was one of the kind of things that that it could happen.
Yeah.
It could happen. And it wasn't no guilt at all. When after the fight, if you watch just the program on there called The Fight of Our Lives, a documentary that we done about the fight, and we raised $250,000 for him. Me and my friend, that's what we done. We raised a lot of money for him. That was 12 years afterwards.
Aside from that part of your career, obviously moving forward after it, right?
Yeah.
You obviously suffered a lot of mental health issues, and you went through a lot of really hard stuff.
Yeah, but that was really, the mental health issues was really, I think, for how I used to treat my wife. And doing drugs. I mean, not physically, I never touched my wife. Been with my wife 28 years, never put my hand on her. Just like affairs, drug use and everything. And I just suffered with depression all through my career and suicide. Because before I met Caroline, I was married before. And it was just like, not being with my kids was very hard for me. So there's a lot of issues that was going on. Suicide, everything, just wasn't in the right place. Just the only time I actually had peace was when I was in the ring. When I was outside the ring, it was just like everybody wanted a bit of me, wanted me here, do this, do that. It's horrible. The only time I had peace is when I was away training. That was the only time when I was training. Otherwise, it was just like, I'd finish training straight away, then I'd go and start taking drugs.
How long was that going on for?
All my career.
Wow.
All my career. Never done cocaine. Never done cocaine if I was taking drugs.
Yeah.
And it was because I was going through a divorce. I didn't want to be in that place, so someone gave me this little tablet, and that was it. My life just changed. From that time I took it, I was hooked. I was addicted.
Yeah. What was the main thing you were taking?
Pardon?
What was the main things that you were taking?
Ecstasy, spliff. Every weekend, like after a fight, it was like I could I just fight for I just wanted to go back on my drugs. So it was like I just wanted to go. That's it. Boom. Let's go and party. And when you do that, just party hard.
Because it's like that relief one. It's kind of like once you take those drugs, you feel on like a high, you feel good, like all those kind of things that are going on, you kind of just push it towards the back end.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that good kind of relief after all the stressful stuff, like you were saying, you feel like you're going 100 miles an hour.
It was 100, because it was like, and not only that, I had naughty people around me. Really naughty people.
Yeah.
Naughty. So we had a firm of about at least 20 men, big men that were just partying. It wasn't like my minders, didn't need minders, but we were just like partying whatever I needed, wherever I wanted to go, I could go.
Yeah.
My life was like absolutely just a crazy life. Like me and my wife, it was like, we'd go and I said to her, come on, let's go and we're going to live in LA. just pick up stuff. This is just me and her at the time. And then we said, we just feel, I fancy Jamaican food. And then so what we do, we fly over to Jamaica, right? From LA, and then from LA, to Jamaica, and then from Jamaica, Frank Bruno wanted me to walk him out with the flag when he fought Mike Tyson. So then we fly from Jamaica to Vegas, and then from Vegas, we go to Hawaii. That's what we just used to that's what our life is like.
Yeah.
Our life is just absolutely that's what my life was like. Crazy.
Swap?
Crazy.
Want to swap?
Listen, but you say that, but it was only that time is that it wasn't real. Mm-hmm. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It was not real. It was not. It was just full of rubbich, really. You know, it was like, because I was battling things in my head. You know, and a lot of times we were just going spend thousands, like go and spend like Eubanks buys an Aston Martin Volante. Then I say, all right, you bought that. I go and buy a Bentley Azure. He builds a mansion. I go and buy a mansion. So it was always like, it was just a crazy life. It was just absolutely just crazy. There's nothing that I couldn't have.
Yeah. Mm. And did that make you almost feel like you had nothing?
No, because because there's nothing that I couldn't do. But it didn't ever make me feel like not having nothing. The only time that really hurt me is when I cheated on my wife. I think that was the biggest thing in my life that's what really nearly turned me over, nearly commit suicide, is because I just could not stop that addiction because of what happened. And it stems back from the death of my brother. Because I was looking for someone just to comfort me like how he was. Yeah. I don't care if she was a black, white, Indian, Chinese, whatever. She could be the size 8, size 10, size 20, I didn't care. I just wanted company, so it was like I just really had low self-esteem and everything. Yeah. So and it was like just struggling with everything. So, but I had anything money can buy, but I wasn't happy. Something missing in my life.
Talk to me more about the affair. Like, what was the thought process between it? Like,
what?
The affair, not how it worked.
Affair?
Yeah, the affair.
Affairs.
Plural. Yeah. So how was that like? What was the?
No, it's not really. It's not a thought process. You're in the wrong frame of mind. You know, you went for a messy divorce first of all. Then so from that first messy divorce, as much as I was doing what I was doing, she was doing what she was doing. But so when I left my first wife, I still never dealt with what was going on. So I was jumping straight out of the fryer into the frying pan. So it's like I never really dealt with all my issues. And so with my wife now, who I've been with, I cheated on her for 16 years. 16 years. And I couldn't, it was an addiction. Yeah. It was really a bad addiction. But my wife went into the church. She just cried her eyes out back in '98, and we never spoke for a long time. And she said, if you're real up here, she's talking to Jesus. She said if this is real, you want to help me down there? And she said, I worship you for the rest of my life. So she went in church, and when I didn't speak to my wife, because we had in our old house in England, you have 2 staircases, one over one side and over the other side. I'll show you the picture of my house. When I used to be a naughty boy, I used to be over one side, she'd be over the other. And so then what happened, we ain't spoke for months, because it was all in the papers and all that. But she was in the church, she was crying for about 3 hours. But she said she felt like, when she asked God, she felt like the rocks had taken off of her back, right? And so she come in, knocked on the door, dang, 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 and she opened the door. She said, it's gonna be all right. She said, Jesus said it's going to be all right. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought she lost the plot, man.
Yeah.
I really did. I thought she'd gone crazy. I thought, oh, now I'm going to have to put her in the priory or something, man. I don't know Jesus, because I was like Satan's right-hand man. So it was all of that. And then after years, she'd go to church and I'd go to church with her, and I was like, oh, okay. And then like, she'd be praising God. I'd be like, oh, that's what you do. Oh, okay, I'll do the same thing as you think. And then I'd come home and I'd be like, hey, get a big spliff up there. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I didn't understand what about Christianity. I didn't know. Because it says in Romans 10:9, if we confess with our mouth and believe in our heart that Jesus Christ is Lord, we shall be saved. Yeah. But I never made a confession with my mouth. My wife made a confession. She accepted Jesus back in 98. But I was still living this kind of godly life, but I wasn't really Christian. I think I was a Christian, but I wasn't a Christian because I never made that confession, accepted him as my Lord and Saviour. But then I was having like big Christian parties at my house and everything, doing everything right. Then we moved from England to Spain, lived in Spain for 12 years, and I was having Bible studies and everything. But I was like having an affair with this woman, this old woman, and I was doing my Bible studies with my teacher, and she said to me, no, I said to her, I've been having an affair. And it just come out of my mouth. And I didn't know what to say because I was sick of living that life, destructive life. And then she said, have you told your wife? Now this is it. This is where
it gets crazy.
The thing hits the fan. Right? And my wife said to all her church friends, she said, because Caroline used to have a big diamond ring, but she never used to wear it because our church wasn't a rich church. She put her ring in a shoebox. She wouldn't wear it in a shoebox. She'd take off her wedding ring. She wouldn't wear it because the big, massive diamond. But she said, God said to her, put the ring back on. I'm going to make your marriage as clear as a diamond on your finger. And all the girls are going, oh, isn't that nice? Oh. But they don't know what's about to come. They don't know what's about to come. And I said to Caroline, look, I said I've been having affairs for the last 16 years. I just confessed everything to her. Because I didn't want to carry on living that life because it wasn't real. If I had the opportunity, my wife was going to leave me, she can leave me now. But I didn't care. I was like broken man as it is already. I mean, when I'm talking about broken, it was like, oh man, I didn't care if Jesus took me or whatever. I just could not be in that position anymore. And then I told her, and then she said, what you talking about? She said, will you just shut up? I don't want to hear. She was just screaming and shouting at me. But she said she had it in a voice. It's like Jesus said, let him speak. And so she let me speak. And then she threw all my clothes out of our bedroom windows, and our gardener was like looking, watching all my clothes flying out the bedroom window. She said, I just want you out of here. I just want you out of the house. I want you out of the house. So then my pastors come and picked me up and took me away. And cut a long story short, I lived with my pastors for 1 year. Wow. 1 year. Then I became a true Christian. That's when my life changed. And we and Caroline, we never slept together. We never stayed together. I lived with my pastors in the house. I didn't watch TV for a year. All I done was study the Word of God. Then my whole life changed, and everything what I was looking for, this is what I was looking for. This is what I was looking for. That's when my life changed, because it was everything. Reading God's Word changed my life. And I used to cuss for everything. Ephesians 4:29 say, let no unwholesome word proceed from your mouth. I thought, can't swear no more. And I said, and I was always angry. James 1:18 says, "Be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. For the anger of man does not achieve the righteousness of God." So I think, wow. So everything about my life is in the Word of God. Yeah. Do you understand? It's not like, because God said, if someone slaps you in the face, slap you in the cheek, give him the other side also. I'm working on that one now. I'm working on that one. But that shows you that's how much of a loving God I serve.
Yeah.
Because you know what it is like, because I can go and thump a man down any day of the week. But then you listen to how he lives if I live my life according to his word, how much of a blessed life. I've been with my wife now 28 years now. If you weren't in there, I wouldn't be married. I'd either be 6 foot under or in a mental hospital. But yet he kept my wife together. She could have left whenever she wanted. She's like my knight in shining armour. She could have left. But yet, everything I was looking for that inner peace that I never had before. Because everything I was always looking for materialistic things, women, sex. But now that didn't bring me happiness. This is what brings me happiness, being able to talk to you about my life. Because God said you will know them by the words of their testimony, that his name may be glorified in this. No, it's not about me. It's about what he's done for me. How my life has changed. A lot of people, we're all searching for something. What are you searching for? What are you searching for? I know for a fact, if I died tomorrow, I know where I'm going. I know I'm going to heaven. Because I made Jesus my Lord and Saviour. And I feel blessed. Nothing else really matters. Spliff, weed, girls, women, nothing, nada. But what makes me happy is being able to speak my testimony in helping people transform their life. That's my goal, to knowing that the position that I've been in. I don't have a PhD, a bachelor's, a master, or whatever, but I have that all in street. Yeah. You understand?
Yeah.
All in other piece of paperwork don't work. This is what works. And you know what? To be able to go out there and help a man get off the drugs, help a man keep his family together. That's a blessing to me. God says, go and make disciples. He wants me to go and bless people, help people, serve people, just like what he did. And that's where I'm happy now. That's why, see, just if you came in, you want to talk about boxing, it'd just be about fighting. But what is life all about?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
What is life all about?
Exactly.
And I'm finding that now, man. I don't even know you, but look, you were here with me.
Yeah.
Because I met you back in PCYC. What I say to you, come on, if you want to do an interview, did I?
That's it.
Yeah, no bother. If it can help you, so be it.
Yeah.
Do you understand that? That's what I'm all about. It's about being able to, and not only that, putting the word out, being able to help people that's struggling for the walks of life. The only way I can say that what got me through, my faith.
Yeah.
My faith and the peace that I have now. I'm not chasing it. I'm not driving around flash cars. I'm not doing that and looking. I'm actually happy. I don't even care if I go out. I'm just happy to just stay here and relax and enjoy my life.
That's
I
it.
think that's incredible. Like coming from your story, 16 years of addiction, depression, almost going to commit
No,
suicide.
not 16 years of addiction. This is going way back. You keep getting it wrong. No, I'm telling you.
What are you talking about? I want to finish. I was going to come back in.
Yeah, you better come back in. Because you know what it is? It started from the age of 8 till I was 45. That's where my life really kind of changed then, because it was. But the addiction, no, I had addictions way before that, But I think because my life was messed up.
Yeah.
But it's only that I can tell people how I got through this. And this was the addictions of everything. I remember I used to say, I always used to make a New Year's resolution. And now I'm not going to smoke no more. Yeah, I'm not going to smoke more. And then I thought, I'll just have one cigarette for lunch, one for breakfast. And then next minute I'm back on 20 fags a day. So, but as soon as Jesus came into my life, the addiction from women went. Addiction from drugs went. Addiction from nicotine went. Affairs went. All went like that. Not even having to work it out. Just went. I'm not saying it worked for everybody, but it worked for me. Do you understand? Because you know what? My faith just changed my life because I was desperate. I was desperate. I needed a change in my life. You lot can jump in whenever you're ready.
Well, I want to ask you. It's so captivating. Like, it's an amazing thing to listen to. I want to ask you a question, though, because it's very clear what you did and what you did, like what you did to be able to overcome what you were dealing with. Do you ever think about, is there something that you didn't do that you wish you did, maybe?
No, wish I didn't do.
No, like as in like you found Jesus and went through the process.
Only thing I wish, because it's so funny saying this. Sometimes we have to go through certain things. I mean, the only thing that I wish that I'd never done, that was being unfaithful to my wife. That's the only thing. Everything else I can deal with, but I hear some men talk about, if I've only been with my wife and it's the only woman I've ever been with. That's one thing that, I think, I broke this woman's heart, yet she still loved me and stayed with me. That's the only thing that kind of bothers me. Anything else doesn't bother. Winning world titles, I'd rather be faithful all day long than winning world titles.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. I don't wish, don't wish anything, man. I think, because that's the only thing I wish that I could have changed, being faithful to my wife.
Yeah.
And have all my kids with my wife.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Awesome.
Go.
You want to say something? I was going to ask you, so for people that are going through similar type of things, what kind of tips and tricks would you suggest to people like that are going through?
Is it tips and tricks?
Not tips and tricks. It's not a trick.
These strategies.
Jeez, I can't say anything. I can't say anything.
I can't even pick on somebody.
You ain't got me sitting like this. I'm like, give me a break.
You know what it is? It's very hard for me to go and tell somebody about, but all I can tell you what worked for me. And for me, when I was going through that real dark place, it was for years. Because I used to watch people on TV talking, and they said, well, when I was a kid, they said, oh, you're an old man now, but how? And now, because I've been there, that followed me all through my career, all through my life. Do you understand? So to me, it was only my faith that pulled me through. People going to have counselling, talking to people. Yeah, I think that a problem here, there's a problem shared, or a problem here, there's a problem halved. But you talking to somebody that's not sitting in there festering. Because what happens as well is our thought pattern. That's where it all starts. I can't knock Femi out unless I think that.
Yeah. At all.
But so it's about what do we think? What are we putting in our mind? Because sometimes we have these thought plans that come in our heads. It can be good plans or it can be bad plans. And I know for the fact that all the negative things didn't come from Jesus, come from the devil. People say, is the devil real? A lot of people say that. That's a load of rubbish. It says in Deuteronomy 30:19, it says, God says, I call heaven and earth as a witness against us today. I have set before you life, death, the blessings and the curse. Our Heavenly Father said, choose life so that your seed or your children will prosper. What does that all mean? It means choose him or choose the other thing. Because people think, well, I don't believe that. Let me give you a quick synopsis. If there's a left, there must be a right. If there's a God, there must be a devil. If there's an angel, there must be a demon. If there's a happy, there must be a sad. If there's eternity, it must be time. If there's a forward, there's a backward. If there's up, it must be down. If there's a heaven, it must be hell. There's an opposite of everything.
Yeah.
You can't have one happy, sad. You've got to have an opposite of everything.
That's right.
If there's a heaven, there's got to be a hell. It's got to you name one thing that you don't have the opposite of.
Exactly.
And that's what I believe. And I'd rather spend eternity in heaven than in hell.
Same.
And people don't understand, you know what, you can beat around the bush or whatever. I know, I said to one of my friends the other day, I said, where would you go if you passed away? He said, I'll go to heaven. I said, what, how you get that? oh, I'm a good person. It says in John 3:16, for God so loved the world, sent his only one and begotten Son. Whoever believes in him not perish but have eternal life. I believe that it's having a relationship with Jesus, and that you're gonna spend eternity in heaven. You can either believe that or you're not. But how would you risk that? God calls in Luke 16:19, he calls hell a place of torment. Because when we leave here, where do we go? We go into eternity. Is it eternity in heaven or is it eternity in hell? I don't know if you ever watched a film called Ghosts with Patrick Swayze. Right. If you get that kind of way up the same thing, Patrick Swayze gets taken off, and what happened to the men that done evil? They get taken away. I know it's a bit deep. You think, oh, it's a bit deep, but this is what only thing I can tell you about is my faith. Knowing that at the end of the day, because there's no way you can say, well, I never knew about you, Jesus. Jesus said, yes, you did send me. I sent my disciple Nigel to tell you the good news. Why didn't you tell me that? Why didn't you tell me that? When you said that again, I didn't know, yes, you do, Femi. You know? It's serious. And you know what it is? It's about faith. It doesn't mean I'm still Nigel, but one is, I'm not going to cuss. I'm not going to smoke. I'm not going to cheat my wife. Certain things I'm not going to do. Doesn't mean that, you know, that it's all about Christianity, but it's like my faith is just about being a good person. But still Nigel. But certain things I won't cross.
Do you still battle with with all of those kind of inner demons anymore? Like, do you still have those kind of...
Like what?
I don't know, like that, because your life is so different. Do you ever have that desire to go and I don't know, like...
No, don't look at him to back the other. Just say it.
I'm trying to...
You want to say anything anymore, man? I'm going to get taken back. You're going with this one,
You relax now.
I bet. Listen, look, do you ever have that like kind of desire to maybe go back and do any more drugs? Or do you still have that desire for other women or anything that you used to battle with? Does that ever still come up?
Listen, how can I explain? You got beautiful women right there in front of you, but our drugs right, everything's right there. Listen, Satan's right here on my back, trying to tempt me with them women. Look at them women. Oh, look at that drugs. They're all good at it. The temptation's always there. He knows what it was like. It's there. But am I going to be strong enough to refuse it? It's all there. It's just right here. The nightclubs of women. When I retire and everything, stop doing all that, it's still there. The partying, the lifestyle, it's still there. Nothing ain't changed. The only thing that's changed is me. The temptation's always there. A drug addiction, alcoholics, their temptation's there. But it's strong in your mind to break that. Do you understand? So, they're all right there. Everything, the women, the drugs, they're right there behind me, waiting for me to fall. But because God says in his words, forget what lies behind and reach forward what lies ahead. I don't look behind no more. That's my past. I look forward to my future. But the temptation's always there. Always there. You know, but it's what you think. You've got to understand. I cannot do nothing without a fault. Without a fault. I can't do nothing without a fault. Oh, she's lovely, cool, Or, I think this spliff. It's a fault. Got to think all that. But because I've been through that situation, it didn't get me nowhere. And sometimes you think that, and then God shows you where I could be. Back in that same position, that dark, dark place. I don't want to be in there. If I was in that dark place, you lot wouldn't be here. Do you understand? You wouldn't be here. No, man. Who are you? What? I see you from PCYC. What do you want with me? That would be my attitude. But because I'm not in that position, I thought, no, come on, let me bring Femi in. Let me give him a good interview. That's it. And that's what happened, because my whole identity is not in him, it's in him. And that's why I have peace. Come on, far away. What am I doing on the questions, man?
I'm just loving it, man. You're talking. I'm loving it. So, do you ever have like things from your past present themselves in the future, like the repercussions or the consequences of what you did beforehand still are present?
Reverberating. Well, yeah, I think you know what it was. I think what happened because of the affairs that I had against my wife affected me and my son's relationship. Connor.
Right.
Connor. Connor hated me. He hated me with a passion. He couldn't stand me. Now, when he got into a little bit of trouble, I was there for him. He didn't know if I really loved him and all that. So we build our relationship. Now our relationship is like, wow, we're just like that. But you know, so that was really repercussion that really affected me. But me and my son, we're on fire. He's fighting. In March, they want me to come over and they want me to train with him. I'm always with my son. But that was the only scar that I have is when, you know, because you got to understand, if that was my dad cheating on my mum, how would I feel? Do you understand? But Connor understands everything now. He understands everything. And now he's a married man, so he understands. And I apologise to him. He tells me he loves me, so that's it. We're close, but sometimes you get things that throw in your face, but you just ask forgiveness. Sorry if I offended you. That's all you do. Instead of saying, what do you say? You know, so your whole attitude changes. You don't. You know, just think, well, and everything I do know. What would Jesus do?
Yeah,
that's it. He's my mentor. What would Jesus do?
Yeah,
it's not about like, you know, oh no, that's not. Because even if I cuss, whoa, Jesus said, whoa, that's not my language. Where'd you get that from? Do you understand? So everything I do, I look at, I get a conviction. You get a conviction, you think, sometimes not now, but before when I became a Christian, it's like, I'll say something, and did it be like something? I've got to go and apologise to that person. You know, you got to say sorry. But then when you said sorry, forgive me for saying that, it actually releases the tension. You feel much better because it takes more of a man to apologise. So when you learn all that, you get used to it.
Yeah,
you get used to it.
I love that.
Did you ever have that fear? You know that now that Connor's a professional boxer, entering that world that you were in before. Do you ever have that feeling that Connor might walk that same path?
Nope, because I'll tell you why. Connor was about 12, 13, and he was in my car, I was driving him, and he was in the car and he was looking, I could see him looking at me, and he looked at me and he said, I'll never be like you, and he really, really said, I'll never be like you. In other words, never treat his wife like her. But when he said that to me, it was like, oh, you little sugar honey iced tea. You know? But it was like, it really, really got to me. But he was right.
Yeah.
This is like before I was, so when he said that to me, and I know he meant that he would never be like me. He's just not like me. So, and because Mum's got so much morals, he's learned that would break. If you cheat on his wife, he knows it would break his mum's heart. Yeah. You know, so no. So no. And Connor, listen, Connor. I mean, he's just turned 23. I mean, they give him a brand new Range Rover, sponsored by Reebok, doing all that. So, yeah, man. By the time he's 27, he'll be a mega multi-millionaire. You know? But he won't be like me. He's, you know, I mean, his first couple of fights, he'd like, you know, after fights, he'd go home, sit at home, watch Netflix, have Nando's with his wife. How cool is that? Not me, I'm out on a circuit, mate. Not Connor. He's not into all that, mate. He's so mature.
Yeah.
He's so mature, it's just like, you know, if it would have been a nightmare if I had him young, because me and him would have been out and I would have been teaching him all the wrong things. Because he's so much like me. But in another way, he's like his mum as well, but he's dedicated, he's trained, he's so dedicated. I mean, he writes food down, it does my head in. when that guy lives there, writes everything, then weighs everything. It's just so on the game. The fitness level of him may be completely different. I thought I was fit compared to him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love that. That's awesome. Look, I think that there's been so much value in this conversation because you've been able to really shed a lot of light on some real life stuff. And it wasn't just, like you said, it wasn't about boxing. And I think that there's so much more
that
to
would
you.
have done my head in.
Yeah. What's your favourite training regime? No, but there's so much value that people don't realise to be had in some of the darkest times.
Yeah.
That we're so scared to be able to understand these dark times and actually move forward. It's like sometimes when we're in dark times, we think we're already screwed. Like it's already over.
Yeah.
There's no point trying to move forward. But there's so much value in being there and then moving forward. So
I think because Jesus says in his word, when the sun sets you free, you're free indeed. I feel free. I don't feel I'm bound to nothing. I just feel free. So by me just giving them words of my testimony, just encouraging people, I'm not scared to speak about my life and what I went through. Because I was down in the pit now I'm in glory, mate. Now I'm enjoying my life. You know, and it's nice to be able to tell them there is a way out. There is a way out. You know, some people got to find it themselves, but I can tell them about my way out.
Yeah.
And then my way is the right way out.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just being able to help other men, that broken men, that there is a future, regardless if you might fail, mate. You just dust yourself down and pick yourself up. So don't let them thoughts play around in your mind. That's what it is.
Huge.
It's all our thought pattern.
That's it.
That's huge. That's huge. Before I ask my question, I want to just really hone in on that it is 100% a matter of our thoughts. And it's so powerful and no one, because it's something that we all know, but until you really, really just, as you were talking, I was really just sitting there and trying to think about what you're saying. It's like, there is no way that we can actually live the life that we live without it being a thought process prior.
Everything. Absolutely.
Everything. And it's so powerful to be able to not control your thoughts, but actually be conscious about your thinking.
Yeah, of course. It is.
Very, very
And that's where it all starts. It's our fault of what we're going to do. Because usually I say the bad thoughts are not from Jesus. The good thoughts are from him. What do you want to do? Where you want to project your life? Where you want to go? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you want to do? Because Jesus is all about motivating you, lifting you up. Like the other person is, oh yeah, she's going to leave you. Oh, go on, go and do some drugs, go and do that. Oh yeah, she likes you, that one. So you focus on that, which ain't real.
Yeah.
It might be real, but then you know what it is, then you know it's going to end in heartache.
Yeah.
That's it.
I know we know Jesus. If something fails, I say, you know what? Dust yourself down. Go again. Yeah, you're right. I keep going forward, keep going forward. And now I sit down there and think, wow, I retired at 96 at 32. Wow. And all of a sudden, I remember I was signing on the dole, I don't know what you call it, the dole. I used to sign on, I don't know what you call it here, the dole.
Oh, the dole, like Centrelink.
Yeah, right. And I remember this, that was like going back, when I was 16, I was signing on, getting £36.40 every 2 weeks. I remember that. It's like God said, yeah, you remember that? I remember that. So you look where you are now, look where I am.
Yeah.
Retired. Because I don't know if it wasn't him, if I would still be here. Like I said, I'd either be 6 foot under in the mentals, because I would have lost everything. But yet, it kind of like mapped out my future. It just mapped out my, wow.
It's amazing. That's amazing. There's just been so much in that I don't even, like when we were talking about this, we could have part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
We did, didn't we? Yeah, we did. I said, I'm going to be part 1, part 2, part 3, then Colin part 4, part 5. Yeah, and then Levi's going to be part 3. Yeah, so there's so much to my story. And, where, like I said, you can say, right, now you've talked to me. I say, right, now, run with the bat with Connor. And Connor must give you the same kind of story, but now you can watch his life because he went through issues. And it'd be nice because what it is, it's all about being able to help other people. It's not about keeping, it's like God's given me that wisdom, that knowledge to be able to go and express that, go and help other people, go and try and share that with other men, broken men. That's my goal now here is to work with my wife to help all these broken men and women to try and help them put their lives together. That's all that matters, nothing else, because it's like God saying, what did you do with that talent I give you? Nothing else matters. Well, I kept it to myself. No, you're going to share that and help other people.
And there's so many learnings that can happen just from listening to your story.
Yep.
So what are you doing now? What are you doing now? You're volunteering?
Well, my wife volunteers at Hillsong Church. She deals with a lot of domestic violence. She deals a lot. My next door neighbour, she deals with a lot of mental health issues. So we're actually just going to start working with her. Because I was working with Hillsong. But I'm going to start working with my neighbour. She deals with a lot of people with mental health. And I think, because I kind of retired, I thought to myself, I've got to do something that's going to be rewarding. And I know God wants me to do this. He wants me to help these broken men. And I want to have something weird saying, what did you do with that talent that I gave you? And I'm thinking, you know what, 2020 is going to be my most productive year where I go and help men that are broken, that are addicted to drugs, addicted to sex, or don't know how to treat their wife. I just want to be able to try and help keep families together, because I know what the devastation of families and kids, partners. Well, why we want to stay married? Look what happened to you and Dad. So but you try to teach a man how to treat a wife, how to love your wife, not like living in the Stone Ages. Wife got a cooking, cleaning, all that. More cooking in the house than my wife. But shh.
I love that. But look, let's wrap up with our. So at the end of every single section, we have a little bit of a rapid fire kind of conversation, because we know your story, we heard what you got to say. We want to know a little bit more of the random stuff that people wouldn't necessarily ask you. So let's see if we can ask you anything that hasn't been asked in your 40,000 interviews prior.
All right, let's go for it. All right, what's your favorite movie?
See that? Scarface.
Oh, why? It's random. I like that. That's random. We'll talk after.
And Shawshank Redemption.
Bang on. Yeah. Okay.
What about your favorite travel destination? I know you've been everywhere.
I actually love being here, Australia, by far. I actually do. My final destination here. Every time when I go abroad, I just love coming back here. Yeah. I just love it. I really do.
So many people love it. I don't know what it is.
We take it for granted, man. I'll tell you. You do. We honestly do.
Punch him.
Should I?
Off camera, little sesh. Most important thing in your life, item-wise?
So no phone, no laptop, just like an item.
Gotcha. I think of my wife. That's my not materialistic thing, but my wife is the most important thing in my life by far. By far, I don't have nothing else. Nothing else. I am actually still infatuated with my wife. It's like I wait. I tell you what, I'm gonna give you a story. Sorry. This is brilliant. I used to lie in bed, right, when I on the rave scene, and I used to think, and I loved this girl, I really loved her. And I used to think to myself when I'm sleeping upstairs, and I think, and I'd be dreaming, I think, I wonder what she's doing now, and I'd be thinking, God is my witness, I'm telling you the truth. And you know what? I wake up, she's lying right next to me. My wife. Every time, because I always have this vision, because I sometimes, I picture this woman, and I keep thinking about it all the time, and it's like, and I used to think, oh, I love this woman, man. I wonder what she's doing with her life. And then I wake up, it's my wife.
Wow.
You understand? I mean, even now, 28 years down the road, it's like just the love of my life. I'm actually infatuated. I see my wife, and I'm like, if she said to me, because I've got that army discipline, if she said to me, well, you're going to get me some tea bags in Timbuktu. Yeah, right. I can't get it. Everything that she asks me to do, I just do. I don't know, I've never been this, I don't know, I just love my wife so much.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's it.
I was just listening to someone like,
Yeah.
so true.
Nick can relate.
He's a dangerous man. I can relate if she's listening. I go through the same thing.
You would, mate.
What's the most attractive quality in someone?
Oh.
We got him.
Shut it. Shut it. Yeah, I would actually say, what was it again?
Most
Most attractive quality in someone.
I think the personality. Because Caroline, yeah. Everything's going to be around her. I think
If you haven't noticed already, it's like,
Caroline, yeah, it was just like just her personality, man. Yeah, just shine through, man. Yeah. It's so funny because there's so much I could tell you.
What is it about her personality? Like what?
Because she was like, Caroline's like street, right?
Yeah.
I remember when I went, I said, write down your number, go write down. She said, we're going to get a pen and write your number down and give. So she said, no, you go and get the pen and write down your number. She's done everything.
Yeah, you love it.
Listen, and then you know what? I said, you don't know who I am, do you? She goes, yeah, you're Nigel. Right? I said, watch TV tomorrow night and you'll see me on TV. She saw me on TV. She kept our relationship quiet for 2 years. She would not let nobody know, all her friends, that she was seeing me. She didn't want nobody to feel that she changed as a person.
Right.
Even her best friends didn't know, and they actually didn't speak to her again afterwards.
Oh.
Because Caroline's not materialistic or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that's what she was like a girl version of me. You want my number? Go and get the pen yourself. Yeah, it was just like that. We would be on a phone bill sometimes when I was away and training in Spain. It'd be like 600, and she couldn't afford that. So, but she does everything. She's done everything herself. She wouldn't let me give her money. She wouldn't do absolutely nothing. She's just like, it was just, she was just I don't know, she's just everything I would like in a woman. She never took no money from me, absolutely nothing. Absolutely no, I could not buy nothing. She was just like, she'd tell me about myself. I don't think she's a weak woman, she's very, very strong. Anyway, let's get back.
And the last one, what's your number one tip / advice for life? Got him again.
Right, no. You know what it is? Believing that you can achieve all things. Because you know what it is, so many people, I remember my school teacher used to say, oh, you're not gonna end up nowhere. All you're gonna do is end up on the dole. Yeah, I might be on the dole, but then I'm gonna come back at the school and I'm gonna be a speaker. And I've done that. So it's I think it's believing that, that you can achieve all things. Don't let nobody tell you that you cannot achieve everything. Look at me. I was like a black guy from Blacktown. Do you understand me? You know, look, and I'm retired at 32, living in a mansion. Wow, I never believed that. All I wanted was an English house, like a terrace house, 3-bedroom house. That's all I wanted. I didn't want nothing more. I didn't want nothing. I want to be like equivalent of like Blacktown champion.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Or I might have a shot at the Commonwealth. I don't know. Might. But to become 2-time world champion in the Guinness record, inducted to the Hall of Fame, wow, it's beyond your wildest dreams. Yeah. So don't let nobody take that vision away from you. Man, you're wow. And like I said, I was turning on getting £36.40 every 2 weeks, and now I'm living in a mansion. What?
Unbelievable.
So you know, you look at that. So it's believing that you can achieve everything, man. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't.
Just off topic, do you ever have like moments to like just reflect and be like, wow, like I've accomplished so much?
No, because you know what it is? I think you know what it is with me. It's being happy with my wife and my kids. Especially when what you've been through and you get through that. That's it. Nothing else really matters. Just having a happy home, loving your wife, loving your kids. Nothing else really matters. Everything else was rubbish. Even like winning world titles. Yeah, I'll show you one day. Don't move. I'll show you. Look, see, because I got voted the best super middleweight in history. My face will always be
Wow.
on the belt. Always. All the super middleweight fighters. If you can see it, my face will always be on the belt.
That is amazing.
Always on the belt. So everyone that wins the super middleweight belt, his face will be put in that one there, but mine will always be on there. So when his fighter loses or whatever, his face gets taken, but mine will always be on this belt. But do you know what? Having all this, it doesn't mean nothing to me. You know, people don't get excited. It's just in my room there. The other 2 belts, and it was so funny, I've got to tell you this story. My first WBC belt, right? I sold it for charity. My WBO belt, I sold it for $200,000, and then the other one for $100,000. But you know what? I just told them, it doesn't bother me. I know who I am. It's when you don't know who you are. But then, when I got voted the best super middleweight in history, they gave me my own belt. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Like God said, I already got it planned. You're getting your belt back. So I've got my own belt with my face on it.
It's amazing.
Like I said, but it's not all about this materialistic world, but it's about having a happy home. It's not about all this, man. It's nice, you know, to show to people like you that might get excited. You know?
Oh my God,
But anyway, Ken,
mate. Absolutely
bless you,
pleasure.
bro.
You too, mate.
God bless you.
Thank you so much, man.
No problem, buddy. God bless
I
you.
really appreciate that. Like, this was honestly, like, it was inspiring.
Yeah.
And the fact that you've come from like such a long way, you're so humble, and just everything that you've done is just, to me, it's motivating. I'm sure a lot of our listeners are going to really love that.